Hey everyone, JohnRunner88 here with another Star Wars figure review. And this time it is the Umbra Operative ARC Trooper. And I will start off with me being very disappointed with this figure. Especially because I absolutely love the previous renditions of this figure. There's ARC Trooper Echo 5s, and there's Jesse that was in the 3-pack that hasn't been on a single card yet, but I will be picking him up when he releases later this year. And I expect him to be um, the quality of the other figures because he's in the main line. But since this is an exclusive, I think that they cut a few corners on this, um, and I'll get into that. But we'll start off with the card back here. It's a pretty. Move him out of the way for a moment. It's pretty. It's a nice card back. I feel like that they could make these renditions a little more realistic looking. I know it's like based on a game, but they do some weird variety with, like, sometimes it's straight from the movie, sometimes it's very obviously like a digital render, when they could easily make them very realistic if they wanted to. Um, but it's probably cheaper to do it this way because why not? Battlefront 2, ARC Trooper, Umbra Operative. On the back, it's got other. It's got Shea Vizsla, Lando Calrissian from Battlefront 2, ARC Trooper, Lambent Seeker. I'll have one of them coming eventually too. And then it's got the Umbra Operative again on there, because why not? But let's get us back to the star of the show. As disappointing as I think he is. Overall, like, you look at him, it looks great. Yes. It's a great deco. It's a fun choice for them to go with. Comes with all the accessories the other ones do. It comes with the blaster rifle, and it comes with the pistols that will fall out very easily if you tip them upside down, for the most part. But take those out for now. And then you've got I love that they did this where you can connect the carbine blaster onto the back like that. But one of the issues to start off with is that they cast these in, like, it's a dark gray, and it just stands out over the rest of the character, especially when all previous clones that they've done, like ARC Troopers, they always have black weapons, so why change it up now? Um, Especially when this guy's cast, like, he's basically just cast in all black, and that might be what some of the issue is. I think the black plastic that they use is a little bit softer than others, and I mean that goes to show with especially when they do these blasters in black, they're always very gummy, and everybody's like, oh, do it in a harder plastic. It might just be that, like, the plastic that they use for them is just, like, very soft, but get a harder plastic. You've done plenty of things in harder black plastics, but um, the gumminess has gone into this figure, and I would like to believe that it is um, because of the black plastic. I'll have to compare when we get or when I get the other troopers in, because they're cast mostly in white because they've got mostly white armor. This is all black. I do want to say, like, the deco it's pretty good overall. The arms, it's very, like, it's very fuzzy when, like, it's supposed to be, like, nice crisp line work. Come on now. There we go. Very fuzzy, especially on the shoulder right there. And you can even see right now, like, that front chest piece is just popping up all over the place. That side's not too bad. That looks more like it's chipped up rather than, like, fuzzy. Got a couple little. The helmet looks good. That paint app's decent, thankfully. If you'd be able to see it up close, that would help a lot. Come on now. There we go. A little bleeding onto the fin, but I mean, it could be worse. Other than that, it's pretty good. And the chest armor, it's supposed to be chipped up a little bit. I have this weird, I don't know where this is from. There's, like, this weird white it looks like glue right there, but I mean, there's nothing glued on to like the backpack piece. I mean, the back might be glued on, but I don't know why we would get out of paint. I mean, like glue like stuck there, so I'll have to like chip that away. Yeah, this one is very um, very flimsy, and I'll compare it to one of the other guys. And you can see right now this helmet is much wider than this helmet, and some people don't like this. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look as good. This one definitely looks better. However, this helmet is absolutely terrible going onto the head of this figure. I had to fight it. I heated it up. It still didn't go on very good. It's already rubbing the the paint apps off of this figure's face. Very frustrating, especially since this was like an online exclusive with Entertainment Earth. I know like some other retailers do get their hands on them, but when I pre-ordered it, that was the only place that I could find like that had it in stock right away, and I didn't want to like wait or whatever. And yeah, so I very much want to know, anybody else who has this figure, is your head or your helmet tight? Because that's a big issue when we've got helmets going over nicely painted heads. And if they want, like, I just go to swappable helmets. I don't know why they're not doing that. They're doing it with so many other figures recently. Clone Troopers would be the best thing to do that with. Like, it would be perfect. Like this right here. I can just pull that helmet right off. No issue whatsoever. I have 5s here. No issue. Helmet comes right off. Can I do that with this guy? No. I will show you what I have to do with this guy. We'll do it in real time here. So join me. And also like his chin sticking out. It's even more obvious on this one because he's got all black. So when there's any little bit poking out, you see it. So I have to like really start moving this thing around. You can hear it moving a little bit, like forward, backwards. I have to like shimmy this thing up his head. You can hear it probably. It's just like I can feel the head like pulling out of the socket. It's like getting all loose. There you go. This is my progress so far. I can see his lips a little bit. So I have to like get like a fingernail like on the chin to try and keep the head from popping off, which is probably, yep, there we go, and it popped off. And that will impede your progress a little bit because you try to pop the head back in, and it pushes the helmet on a little bit more. So let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. There we go. The head's coming off again. I don't know if they purposefully made this helmet smaller to be like to look better. But oh my god, off again. And there's the I'll actually keep that piece off for now. Put the head back on. Look at this. Isn't this so much fun, guys? You saw how easily the other ones came on, or came off. And that was like they were right out of the box like that. Almost. There we go. Okay. Now, we've got the great head sculpt underneath. You can already see right there that some of the eyebrow is rubbed off. It was not like that when I got it. You had a perfectly fine eyebrow. And some of the hair, can't see it as much, but there's definitely on the edges bits of the hair that are rubbing off a little bit. I do think this looks a little better than the previous ones, just because I think I think painting the lips may have, I think they're a little too dark. Definitely comes off a little bit better, I think, on the Umbra one here. But I mean, it's a great head sculpt. I do not want that to get damaged. And this thing is just too tight. This helmet is too tight. And also this is a much less rigid plastic than the previous ones. It's a very, like, this is like a rubber almost, and this is like a thin plastic. You can feel the difference. Um, but yeah, these helmets are definitely, get them on my finger here real quick. Definitely different sizes. You can definitely see right there if we would focus a little bit. Yeah, the white one is definitely wider. And thank you. That works much better. But yes, this one does look a little bit better, but it doesn't work. It's too small. It's too tight on the head. And when you're giving us great head sculpts like that, we don't need to be fighting those heads. And it popped off what, like 3 or 4 times for me. And the only reason it didn't pop off more was because I was conscious of it and I was I was trying to not pop it off. If I just like kept doing it and wasn't maintaining like a fingernail on it to keep that head from popping off so many times, it would just keep popping off. I wouldn't get the helmet off. So unfortunately, with this figure, I'm probably going to keep the helmet almost on him constantly, which is a shame because you give us that great head sculpt, and we can't, like, it's just a frustrating process to get the helmet off. And also with this, you might not be able to see it too well. You can see those little bits of plastic hanging off there. Those, you can see them on these troopers. It actually clips onto the bottom of the armor. And see here how that stays on pretty good. And you can move them around a decent amount. Unless you're like pushing on the shoulders, it'll pop off. But those little tabs clip onto the bottom of the torso, and it keeps their armor on. I've had some people say they haven't noticed that, but I've got it on 5s, I've got it on Echo. You can see it. You can see it right there, tabbing in on the bottom. You can't, the new Trooper that I got, it feels a little flimsier, and because of that, it doesn't tab in, or it doesn't like stay connected on the bottom. You can even see it before I put the head on. It doesn't sit very good. It doesn't tab in very good, and it like hovers on the back, and it just keeps popping up. And I know I can't really show it off too much on here, but once you get it in hand, I'm sure you'll notice it yourself. It just doesn't. It's much softer than the other ones, and it just doesn't stay put together. And all I can say is I'm very glad I only got one of these guys. And with the increased price and the shipping, it makes it all the more frustrating. It's not easy to get a hold of, and it's disappointing. I hope the other ones, being white plastic, don't have the issues as this. I hope that their helmets aren't small too. That'll be very frustrating. But we'll see when those come out. I know some people have their hands on them, but a lot of collectors, they keep theirs on card, and they look great on card. Especially with the renditions they have for the armors and the troopers on it. Great looking cards, great pill colors for them and stuff. I like bubble background colors. Just in hand, far more disappointed in this than I was with these guys. These guys are some of my favorite figures back here. I absolutely love him. I can't wait to get Jesse because I know he'll be of similar quality with the helmet and stuff. But yeah, that's my rant about the Umbra Operative ARC Trooper. Great looking figure. Very disappointed with the helmet, mostly. The helmet is the biggest issue I have. I don't want these like the eyebrows like getting just rubbed off. It happened to my Captain Rex because they have a new style helmet with that. I don't think that they do enough like testing or whatever, product testing, to see like how they hold up over time. Because I've only taken that helmet off like a handful of times. It took forever to get it on in the first place, and already, especially his left eyebrow, it's already rubbing off. And that's frustrating with how good the head sculpts are and how great the figures are overall. Um, so yeah, happy I got one of them. Would not want any more, especially with that issue that I have. And let me know if you have that issue as well. Some people probably like get the helmet on, they wrestle it on, and they keep it on. They don't really um, take it off much or don't bother with it. And they're like, oh, that was tough to get on, but it's fine, it's on. With me, I like taking pictures. I like having clone troopers. Um, just in the cartoon, in the animated series, they had their helmets off all the time. If they're not fighting, they've got their helmets off. They're relaxing. They're talking to each other. They have their helmets on when they're in battle. That's what their helmets are for. So let me know how you fared out with your Umbra Operative, um, and I'll have follow up videos when I get my other ones in to let you know how those ones are. And I'll probably be doing a video on Clone Troopers overall to try and like fix some of these problems. Like get a video out there for people to discuss and for Hasbro can watch them. Hasbro, come watch my videos. Get some ideas. But yeah, I think it would be in everyone's best interest for them to start doing swappable helmets and head and helmets to maintain the integrity of the heads, the sculpts that they've been doing, and like the plastic itself is fine. It's the photo reel that's getting beat up with these helmets. Um, Not so much on these guys back here because their helmets are a little bit bigger. They go on so smooth, but that one is way too tight, and something needs to be done about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Um, like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. I have an Instagram as well, JohnRunner88 as well. Follow me over there. I got a lot of extra pictures I usually do up when I'm doing like my thumbnail pictures, and I do a lot of diorama shots and stuff just to have some fun. So follow me over there, subscribe to me here, leave a comment, let me know how your Umbras are, if you even take them out. If you don't take them out, tell me how good your card came in, because mine came in perfect condition, I gotta say, but it wasn't worth the amount of shipping I had to pay with Entertainment Earth. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye, guys.